coming out of the heart. Look at what we got. Coming out of the heart, Mr. Gilmore. If you look at this coming out of the heart, this right here is called the ascending. This is called the ascending aorta. Ascending aorta. Then it becomes the aortic arch. And then after the aortic arch, Mr. Gilmore starts to go down. So that's called descending thoracic aorta. But we're going to follow that later. What we want to do, Mr. Gilmore, is identify two main structures that comes off the aortic arch. The first one that you're holding up right now is called brachiocephalic artery. The next one you're holding up is called left subclavian artery. So, Mr. Gilmore, walk me through this again now. Here is, what is this? Ascending aorta. What is this? Aortic arch. That makes this part descending thoracic aorta. So, Mr. Gilmore, what is this structure here? Brachiocephalic artery. That makes this left subclavian artery. If you say it, you will remember it. If not, you're going to be mad. Now, Mr. Gilmore, if that much is true, I got structure here and a structure here. So, Mr. Gilmore, I noticed it splits into three main structures. Well, Mr. Gilmore, you said that we had a left subclavian over here. So that means this has to be my right subclavian. So here's my right subclavian, right common carotid, left common carotid. Now, pay attention to the left common carotid later because we're going to go back and revisit him. But show me again, Mr. Gilmore, what's the three main structures you see coming off? One is going toward the right arm, so we're going to call him right subclavian artery. Then there's one going right beside the right trachea. That name, he is right common carotid. So that makes this left common carotid. Start over until I get y'all to say it. What's this one? Right subclavian. Right common carotid. Left common carotid. Now, Mr. Gilmore, we got that. I need you to go back to this left subclavian so you can follow it all the way to the arm. If this is the left subclavian, I notice there's a branch that goes to the anterior thoracic wall, Mr. Gilmore. What's his name going to be? Internal mammary. Internal mammary, because he's going to the breast. So if that's internal mammary, Mr. Gilmore, I got to find three main structures, and I'm going to identify those three main structures right now. There's going to be one right here. There's the second one right here, and there's the third one. So in this order, it's going to be vertebral, costocervical, thyrocervical. Mr. Gilmore, I want you to say it. I want you to touch it, and I'll say it so I'll remember it. Internal mammary, vertebral, costocervical, thyrocervical. Now, Mr. Gilmore, in order for me to remember this, I know the left subclavian is going to be the left subclavian until I hit the ribs. Once I hit the ribs, I'm no longer the left subclavian. I am now considered axillary. Okay, I can remember that, but let me do that again. I notice, Mr. Gilmore, my name is left subclavian all the way until I hit the what? The ribs. Once I hit the ribs, I am now axillary. Alright, that makes sense, Mr. Gilmore. What I need you to do is to take me all the way into the arm. If I'm going to take you all the way into the arm, that means you got to follow me on this one. Here's what we got. Watch this. After the ribs, Mr. Gilmore, you said my name is no longer left subclavian. I am now what? Axillary. Now, I'm going to be axillary until I give off this main vessel right here. This main vessel is going to the subscapular muscle, so we're going to call him subscapularis. Once I give off subscapularis, Mr. Gilmore, I'm changing my name again. I am now in the arm, so we're going to call him brachial. Now watch brachial, Mr. Gilmore. I need you to focus in on this, because this is what I need to make sure I know. You'll notice brachial is the part that's in the arm, but then he goes through this little hole in a bone. This hole in the bone, Mr. Gilmore, that you're talking about is called supracondylar foramen. Supra means above. Condylar just means pertaining to the condyle foramen. So the supracondylar foramen, Mr. Gilmore, if you pull on that, maybe I can see that move. Maybe I can see that move. You can see that move. So, Mr. Gilmore, It's brachial till it reaches supracondylar foramen. But when I get around to the other side, Mr. Gilmore, what are you going to call this if you tag him right here? He is now radial. He is now radial. If he's radial now, Mr. Gilmore, notice the radius is going to keep going toward the what? The thumb. So he's going to stay medial. But then there's a smaller one, Mr. Gilmore, that goes louder. His name is ulnar. So if I got radial that keeps going medial toward the thumb, the ulnar goes toward the pinky, and we're going to call him ulnar. Does that make sense? Believe it or not, you should have a good understanding of all the main vessels that go from the arterial supply that goes from the heart to the wrist or hand. Okay, Mr. Gilmore, I got that much. Now I want you to walk me through this throat. If you walk me through this throat, Mr. Gilmore, I think I can really get this. Alright? And we're going to do it just like this. You'll notice, Mr. Gilmore, here is what we call the left subclavian, and he came all the way up. Now, I really need to remove this nerve off of this hole, what you got, so you can see it clear as day. Okay, but here's what I got. If that's my nerve, Mr. Gilmore, what do you call this structure again? This is still left common carotid. Now watch this right here. I want to identify three main structures. One here, and one here. If I do that, Mr. Gilmore, I'm home free, really. What do you mean? Because the roadmap is already in my head, and so I already know where the structures are going. I come up to the left subclavian, Mr. Gilmore. Left common carotid. The left common carotid gives off this first vessel. His name is what? Superior thyroid. Opposite superior thyroid, Mr. Gilmore, is this one, but this is a big, large muscle. And there is a artery that goes to it, so what are you going to call him? Muscularis. So, Mr. Gilmore, the rule of thumb for me to remember is this is superior thyroid first, and opposite of him is muscularis. If that much is true, Mr. Gilmore, I want to continue up. You'll notice this fella is going toward the what? Mr. Gilmore, what is this? That's the what? Larynx. Alright? If that's the larynx, or the voice box, well, what you going to call the vessel that's going into it? Laryngeal. Alright, got that, Mr. Gilmore? Well, there's one, but he's going toward the tongue. So, we're going to call him lingual. So, Mr. Gilmore, do those in order so I can participate. I got this structure right here coming up. What's his name? Left common carotid. The first vessel comes off toward the thyroid, so we're going to call him superior thyroid. Superior thyroid. If that's superior thyroid, opposite of him is muscularis. Keep going up. And I notice there's a structure that goes toward the larynx, so we're going to call him laryngeal. If that's laryngeal, keep going up. And there's one going toward the tongue, and that's lingual. Watch this right here. After lingual, Mr. Gilmore, I'm going to change my name from left common carotid to who? External carotid. I'm no longer, Mr. Gilmore, left common carotid. I am now, at this point, external carotid. But Mr. Gilmore, there's something unique about the external carotid. You'll notice he's going to throw the peace sign too. What do you mean throw the peace sign? He's going to split. He splits here and here. One like Lil Wayne say, I'm going in. Look, he's going in, so what are we going to call him? Internal maxillary. We got one going out, so we're going to call him external maxillary. But Mr. Gilmore, there's something funny about this. There's some kind of branch coming off the external maxillary, and he wants to go back over the internal maxillary, bless you, to go to this gland over here. What's his name? Bless you. His name is parotid. So, Mr. Gilmore, the rule of thumb is, I notice I got one going in, his name is internal maxillary. I got one going out, his name is external maxillary. And then I notice there's a structure that comes off the external maxillary that wants to give innervation to the parotid gland. We call him parotid artery. All right, Mr. Gilmore, I got that. Now, We got this external maxillary that wants to go up, Mr. Gilmore, but there's a branch that comes off right in front of the masseter. His name is labial. If he's labial, Mr. Gilmore, what you going to call this fella that's going underneath the mandible? Submental. Submental. Meaning, tell me, Mr. Gilmore, we got all the vessels, arterial supply going to the arm and to the head? Yes. Now, guess what? We stopping. Take a break. Take a break.